Hey folks, we're back again once again, Leaf 111 and of course Ballpoint Pen. This is the last part of the game of the doubleheader games tonight, and then with only one game left, we'll have is the Boston Celtics facing against the New York Knicks, and then the other game we'll have is the Denver Nuggets facing against the OKC Thunders in Mile High. So there'll be only one game on each day. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for our next part of the game on its way of the next courage of the NBA playoffs. And this time, it will be do or die for the Golden State Warriors. Will they win, or Minnesota Wolves advances to the Western Conference Finals? And now for my last commentary on the other side. We'll be staying with Brian Anderson, along with Greg Anthony, and of course Doris Berg. And for the finishing will be Ali LaForce to finish things off here for the second part of the game of the doubleheader. And we'll see you all later in between the intermission, the timeouts, and the post-game show. Let's get it on. Warriors, Wolves are next on 2K Sports. Enjoy the game, everybody. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA playoffs.
Coming right up, the Timberwolves taking on the Warriors. For Minnesota, the goal is to improve each time they take the floor, emphasizing communication and effort. Warriors, T-Wolves, it's next. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. And along with Grant Hill and Doris Berg, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Ali LaForce, our reporter. Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moody, and it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Timberwolves, and is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle, and it's Conley in at the point. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. It's Edwards on the wing.
Anthony Edwards for free!
Let it go, Anthony Edwards.
Pass to Green. Over Gobert. And it's Green missing. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a three-point game. Outside Edwards. Throws it up high. Outside for Randle. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. A shot by Conley. No good. Golden State with the ball. Now Paczynski. Pass to Green. That one doesn't drop. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Edwards can't hit. Butler surveying the floor. Now Curry. Man, a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
We see the quickness of Steph and Curry, keeping defenders off balance, even in the painted area.
Outside McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Oh, and
Golden
there's
State foul.
the shot. So 2
Draymond
free throws for him coming up.
This was personal foul.
We've heard Anthony
Both teams
Edwards
off.
declare himself as the best player in the
The
league.
line for the Wolves.
Got the game to back it up.
Anthony
Don't put
Edwards.
yourself out there. And he
2
has
shots.
charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
And he makes the first. Of course, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
And both free throws good for Edwards. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
McDaniels finds Gobert. Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. From outside the arc.
McDaniels for free!
Trying to get his teammate an open look.
To the middle. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Conley with the ball. It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Pajemski. Edwards, here we go.
Edwards!
He's got 7 points.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
Here's Butler. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul. He'll take 2 free throws. It really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
NBA, you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
First free throw is good.
I simply stated, Jimmy Butler is a winner and a game changer. This guy will compete on both ends of the floor, gives you everything he has.
Butler hits them both. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, it may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Edwards. He has 7. Randall, pass to Conley. Here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pass to Butler. Randall with some nice D. Here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards, the pass to Randall. And he comes up with a bucket.
Randall!
Plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
Now Green, outside Butler. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Curry with it. Over Conley, and the basket by Curry. Curry's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
There's a threat level from every spot on the floor when we're talking Steph Curry. That includes the mid-range.
Pass to McDaniels. Conley against Curry. McDaniels from long range. The kick out to Edwards. Goes back up.
Anthony Edwards!
Find yourself in
Timeout, Golden State.
Anthony Edwards, so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, BA, because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
More likely so, I would say, for Rudy Gobert. He is one of our biggest blockers, defensemen of the year. And playing is one of his best professional leagues that he's ever been doing for. First, he played it for representing for France, and then for his next stay, he has been doing this for every year that he's been choosing it for. because he was definitely made it for the various red classes from 1985 to 88. There were 19 matches with the French national team. And then the girl played professional basketball in Paris and Saint-Quentin. That's where he met Gobert's mother. That's what happened with that. Well, it's definitely what the siblings would also mean. Gobert may not possible enough. It's just what they were doing it for. The harder picking play, but it's more likely to control. A lot of it is a big range to make it in.
Minnesota wins the changes. Reed's checked in for Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Heald's checked in for the Warriors. Now here's Curry. Shoots from the elbow. Drained it for 2 points. Curry's got 6.
I'll tell you, it is a thing of beauty watching Steph Curry shoot jumpers. An unbelievable feel and touch.
Randall against Butler. Randall, pass to Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Reed. And he got the whistle. So he'll be headed to the line from there. It's going to go on Draymond Green.
He was so close on the finish.
Alive and rolls.
Three-point opportunity.
Be a matchup nightmare.
2 shots.
Big men doors.
He has BA, and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4 men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the 3-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Nas has got a big-time game.
And he drops the first.
New group substitutions for the Golden State Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton II, and Post, number 21.
Good on both. Warriors trail by 8. Pass to Post. Outside Payton. Now here's Kuminga. Checked by Randall. Kuminga's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Here's Edwards. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I asked him outright how he planned to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him, Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, with emphasis on try. Not even solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, BA.
And Allie, thanks.
Just smooth execution of the pick and roll. Curry has great understanding and a ton of success running this.
McDaniels passes to Randall. Back to Daniels. Over Payton.
Traded McDaniel.
This guy, he just gives you great effort and he
2 minutes remaining.
great
2
production.
minutes.
Hill finds Kuminga. Payton with it. McDaniels with some nice D. Pass to Reed. For 3, DiVincenzo.
Dante DiVincenzo. Nas Reed.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now here's Hill. No made baskets yet. Curry, no good. And the Timberwolves lead by 11. Pass to DiVincenzo. 1:11 left in the first quarter. And he's going for the open.
Nas Reed.
Dante DiVincenzo.
On this game. What a start.
They've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Payton. Following the score by Minnesota. Outside heel. On the wing. Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To halt the run. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
It's supposed to be so foul.
Curry, despite his frame, is able to do do a ton of damage inside the paint. He can draw fouls with great regularity.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Clark is checked in for
New
the
substitutions for the Minnesota
Alexander Walker
Timberwolves.
comes in for Edwards. And
Welcome,
Golden
let's see
State
it.
also making a switch. Jackson Davis is checked in.
That's Nikita, Alexander Walker, and Dillingham.
And he sinks the second. The Timberwolves lead by 12. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Randall pass to DiVincenzo.
Dante DiVincenzo!
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Now here's Peyton. No points so far. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3.
You cannot give Curry an inch. This guy is relentless when he's behind the arc.
Here's DiVincenzo. 6 points for him. Clark outside. Going inside. Uses the pass to finish the
Clark!
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And that's it for the first quarter. Minnesota Wolves, 28. And the Golden State Warriors,
has been on
14.
display for Minnesota, looking for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Big start for Minnesota at 28-14. We'll get the second quarter ready when we come back.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And their assist total also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
We've got Nas Reed, Nikhil Alexander Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Rudy Gobert, and it's Clark in the
Gobert!
begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
Assisted by Nikita, Alexander Walker.
Make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Back to Butler. Lots of room. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Up top, Reed, covered by Jackson Davis. Outside, DiVincenzo. Kicks it out to Clark. For 3. Jackson Davis grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Gobert passes to Alexander Walker. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pajemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 14. Outside Moody. Butler against Clark, and stolen by Clark. Outside, Alexander Walker. Inside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. Outside Pajemski. And he lobs it up to the rim. Stolen by Reed. Now here's Gobert. Defended by Pajemski.
Dante DiVincenzo! Assisted by Rudy Gobert.
Warriors shooting 40% from the field in this one. Pass to Jackson Davis. Pajimski. Clark against Butler. Clock at 6. And the whistle blows.
Which is
It's
all
gonna be
Minnesota.
on three.
Minnesota foul. Force the foul.
The Warriors also.
Now checking in for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Good. Doing that.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Outside Pajemski, 6 to shoot. To get back on track. Here's Green, and Gobert with a block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Oh, it's stolen by Butler. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Tipped away. Outside Pajemski. It's blocked by Gobert. And they get it back. Oh, Butler with the confidence from the perimeter.
Zero hesitation from Jimmy. Shot ready on the catch. Nicely done.
Outside Green. Warriors with the rebound. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. And Minnesota with possession here. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Now here's DiVincenzo. Cody defends. Back to Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
His height and reach to the advantage of Rudy Gobert. Just gets up and over the top of guys.
Time called here.
Line up.
Talk it over.
Just cannot believe this. I mean, this one is starting to be like a flying to finish off the first half. I don't think there isn't any choice out of room echo. You talk about me right now. I don't think I'm going to do that. And this one is just the right choice. I won't agree. Well, it might even just be in the finish. Just a couple of inches now. I mean, they're still trying to like understand it. There is a finishing to make this one hard to change. Well, it could be anything like that. But all that would matter now is they just have to be changing it in just the right amount of time. It's very simple. It's very possible. And it should be just how hard it's going to get. It may not be as simple enough, but you just got to make sure you have it all right in control. We're nearing the end of the first half. As we got the halftime show coming up, Cody Johnson along with Kenny Smith and Shaqalua will be able to talk things through. Minnesota with a pledge for the advancement to the Western Conference, or if there will be game 4 necessary. We'll be finding out once it's in. Back to Brian Anderson.
Some changes for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker, and it's Edwards in for DiVincenzo. Here's Post, defended by Gobert. Pass to Butler. He's off on that one. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 13. It's Edwards on the wing. Cody defends. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. On the wing, Curry. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. McDaniels finds Reed. Now Edwards lets it go from deep.
Edwards for three.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's
points for him.
Boy, how fast is Stephen Curry's release on the catch? Wow.
Here's Dillingham. Yet to see a basket. To the inside. Edwards. First the layup.
Edwards
What are you
well
doing
covered
here?
on the interior, scores through the contest.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Butler on the wing. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Moody from outside. Second chance shot. The free ball. And a rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 11. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Curry. Outside Reed. And he lobs it up.
Minnesota Wolves, 45. Gotta go on to say Warriors, 23.
22 as we head to the break. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More 2K action in just a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your?
Their effort on the glass, absolutely key to setting the tone. They wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they wanted to dominate on both ends. A really terrific performance.
Shaq, what do you have to say about the Warriors?
The shooting percentage they allowed was through the roof. The coach had absolutely ripping his he takes some pride on the other end. Just lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
And I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at the 3 slot. Now here's Moody. And Gobert with the block. And he recovers it on the wing. Green. And Dillingham. And it's Green missing. Minnesota leading by 22. Outside Conley. Back to Gobert. Out of bounds. The Warriors ball.
Warriors ball.
Minnesota making a change.
Now for the change.
McDaniels.
Jenny McDaniels returns on the court. Replacement Dillingham.
And the Warriors shooting poorly, just 30% so far. Curry passes to Moody. Pass to Green. And they'll get another chance. A nice shot by Butler.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Conley passes to Gobert. The kick out to Edwards. Fades.
Anthony Edwards.
Got 18 points in the game.
Taking the contact
Butler, who brings up the ball for Golden State. Outside, Green. Back to Butler. Outside for Green. From downtown. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Minnesota leading by 22. Outside Conley. And a foul. He'll head to the line for two.
You can see the defense is trying to play with a level of physicality against Mike Conley, but this guy's such a tough
Line with the Wolves.
He'll get to the line.
Mike Conley.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one at the line is good. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Back in for the
Hield
Warriors.
comes in for Moody.
0-0, Jonathan Kuminga. And number 7, Buddy Hield.
And Conley drops the ball. Timeout call.
Warriors hold timeout.
And no doubt, the coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
There is a bunch of big disasters, but we gotta say is that there's a bunch of big beings going on in the range. And as we're looking at it over this thing again, Steve Kerr, one of our big head coaches for the Golden State Warriors, really has to talk with this. I mean, he's been doing so well with the first round, but this second round might have been just an absolute triple takedown. They couldn't just able to win this one. No confidence in the feelings. Nothing was styled in. I don't see anything that was going to cause it right afterwards. Steve Kerr should use a lot of time afterwards. Get nothing finished. Well, it's just not what you're looking for. The big win is not the guarantee you really want to change. He really has to change. Like it's tough for anybody that wants to give everything a big thing. The big use of this energy really has to be turned into Steve Kerr. Make that finish, make it good, and then just play under. Most reason is it's not going to change if play goes well. All right, now send it back over to Brian Anderson. Let's see how they take. Brian?
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Curry looking it over. And he's over the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going over.
Ideally, you're trying not to send Stephen Curry to the line, but this guy creates those situations with his instinct and his ability.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. For Curry.
Curry is getting a lot of the use of his energy. Regaining his skills, one of the best defensive superstar player. I don't see anything about the Warriors for Stephen Curry. You guys gonna have to give it all what you got.
And so Curry nails both of them. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Minnesota leading by 22. Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Lets it go. They get it back. Gobert passes to Edwards. 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Hield.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And another shot.
defense.
Last touch by Kobe. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the
Changes for the Golden State
He's
Warriors.
checked in for the Warriors.
And new substitution for the Wolves. Dante DiVincenzo.
Here's Kuminga. Played it in. Nice touch off the window.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
The Timberwolves lead by 20. Pass to Randall. Over Green. And it's
Julius Randle.
Now, the effectiveness of Julius Randle, wherever he is on the floor, the mid-range, one of those tools in the toolbox.
You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move for him.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin is really an effective tool.
It's Pajemski. Oh, he buries the 20-footer. Pajemski's got his first basket.
You know you can count on Draymond Green to make good decisions. This guy comes up with a lot of terrific assists.
Pass to Randall. Back to Conley. Puts it up from 17. That's
Conley.
assist from Randall. Randall's got 5 assists in the game. Pajemski. Called in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. It's McDaniels on the wing. Back to DiVincenzo. His shot, no good. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pajemski into the lane. Banked it in off the glass.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Minnesota leading by 20. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie Force.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, in the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments of the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks.
Thanks, Eddie. We'll take a side step. 325, 53-33, Minnesota. All right, back in the action. Let's get this thing, finish up the third quarter.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for McDaniels. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in for Conley. Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Now here's DiVincenzo. Give him 8. Now Pajemski. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Highlight reel dribble move, and then the athleticism takes over.
Yep, he wasn't going to be denied there. Showing all the skill. Here's DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. And here's Clark for 3. Knocks it.
All day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide.
Jackson Davis down low. He's defending. Jackson Davis with the buckets. Here's Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. It's stolen by Kuminga. In transition, here come the Warriors. And he lobs it up top. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Fast break, here we go. Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution for Warriors. Post.
1:44 left in the third quarter. The Pajemski with it. He's got 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out. To the paint. Payton with a steal. Pass to post. And he drops it to layup on the glass.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall, right side. Left side, Alexander Walker. Here's DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 10 points.
Alexander Walker.
Somehow he finds a way.
Outside Pajemski from the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
More than just a score. He'll moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
The Timberwolves lead by 14. Pass to Alexander Walker. Overhealed. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves. And it's blocked. And they get it back. Down low. Here's Payton. Outside heel. Here's post. Right side Pajemski. Ooh, too long. And he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Beautiful Golden State. I'm playing one post. I'm on board.
Now checking back in for the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert.
One second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Butler against Randall. Just 5 on the clock. And again, no good by Golden State. And here's Clark for 3. Oh, he got it up in time.
That's the end of the third quarter. Your score.
So it's Minnesota
Timberwolves 58
up by
and the Warriors 44.
They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
It's time now for the State Farm assist of the game. Brian?
State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Conley and Ann are one of the two. Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. To the left wing. Second chance effort. The shot by Conley. No good. Warriors trail by 13. To the middle. Pass to Curry from deep three-point land. McDaniels with the rebound. Minnesota's got 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Count on.
Conley. Edwards.
Work inside.
Outside Curry. Now here's Moody. Curry with it. Pass to Butler. Back to Curry. Inside. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send them to the line.
Julius Randle.
Three-point play.
This
This to me is how Butler hurts you. The athleticism, the strength, the body control, draws the whistle, still finishes the play.
Stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving. Good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
That's good from Butler. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. post. The kick out to Conley. Now here's Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Pulls up, high post. Takes a nice
Edwards!
right iron him down. Edwards got 20.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic so pretty, so fluid.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Here's Moody. Pass to Green. Up again. It's good on the putback.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
They had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Now here's Edwards. Out left to the wing. McDaniels from long range. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Butler. Kept alive. Moody misses. Minnesota leading by 12. Gobert passes to Conley. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Unloads. Edwards, no good.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Here's Moody. No good. Oh, good D by Edwards. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
Anthony Edwards! Assisted by Julius Randle.
Time call here. The Warriors decide to turn
Timeout
over.
on the Golden State Warriors.
They just can't get anything.
Sometimes it just feels like this is the moment contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
It was so impact. Just about 5:08 remaining in the regulation. Well, I do tell you, if the Minnesota Wolves win, they'll be moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Let's hope if it makes a good kick out of it. We'll take a quick break here, and then we'll get back into it pretty soon. 64-50. Just about 5:08 remaining. And you're waiting on for tomorrow night. They only have one game approaching in. The Knicks face against the New York Knicks as they face against the Boston Celtics back at Madison Square Garden in Game 4. There'll be only one game that will be approaching games. And then for the other game will be Denver Nuggets against the other team, OKC Thunders. It's a chance to do or die on the other side. And we'll see what happens if anything changes. Now back to Brian Anderson.
Rudy Gobert. Hayden's checked in for the Warriors. Hield comes in for Moody. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Outside Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards with it. Guarded by Peyton. Here's Edwards.
Anthony Edwards!
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards on the bounce. My goodness.
Warriors trail by 13. And looks like an
Offensive foul on the Warriors.
Against the ref's attention.
Should be fault.
One of the trickier
That's
plays
his first
for
personal foul.
It would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now here's Reed. Back to Conley. And here's Edwards. Jacks up a 3. And
Conley!
Conley's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Curry. Oh, Curry! A magician inside.
Boy, Curry just taking over and seemingly able to get anything he wants right now.
Out to the right wing. Butler against Randall. Back to Conley. Crafty move. 17.
Wow, fearless with defenders all around him. Mike Conley in the paint.
Pass to Green. Beaten against McDaniels. And here's Curry. Shot clock at 6. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got his 5th rebound of this game. Here's Edwards. Some solid defense from Butler. Warriors trail by 17. Stolen by Conley. And there's the lob. Reed.
Mike Conley.
If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
Stolen by Reed. Here's Edwards. Outside Reed. To the inside. The shot by Conley. No good. Well, the Warriors shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Here's Curry for 3. Great assist by Butler as that one goes. Curry's got 21 points in the game.
The supreme confidence from Steph Curry to attempt that shot, let alone make it. Impossible to measure this guy's range.
Now here's Randall. McDaniels finds Reed.
Nice Reed with the assist. Under 2 minutes remaining in the regulation.
Curry passes to Butler. .146 left to play in the 4th quarter. Outside Payton. Fires from deep. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Conley. Randall outside. Puts up a deep 3.
Julius Randle!
This game. The game
Mike Conley.
as the score says, and a great win for the Timberwolves.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Now here's Conley. 4 on the clock. Good on the shot.
Anthony Edwards.
Important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Payton
Gary,
shoots good.
That's
like
how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
34 seconds left to play in the 4th. Now Conley.
Shot clock violation.
4-second violation. They
Over
turn
the
it
save
over.
ball. Substitutional for Wolves. Ryan Clark. At number 9, Nikita Alexander Walker.
$15 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Left side healed. Oh, and he got
Wow,
fouled
that's
on his
a-
way up. He'll head to the line to
Alexander
shoot
Walker.
2.
For his first
Nikhil
foul.
Alexander Walker picks one up.
At the bar for the line, Warriors 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Final substitution for the Minnesota Wolves, Rudy Gobert. And Gabe Dillingham.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Randall.
And that's the game. Your final score: Minnesota Timberwolves 80 and the Golden State Warriors 61. Wolves wins this series.
This team really showed what it's capable.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. So long, everyone.
Alright, thanks Brian. And as for being said, the Wolves shut down the Warriors with a shutout win, 3-0 in the series. They're advancing to the conference finals for one last time to show it off for the finish. And they'll face against the winning team between the OKC Thunders and the Nuggets. You'll be seeing that one in the game pretty soon on the other side of it. So you don't want to miss that one out for the next one. Here's how I give it the total statistics. 59% here for the Minnesota with only 53 pointers. And it was only 9 free throws that were made for the Golden State Warriors with only 4 fast break points. 38 was a point in the paint for Minnesota. 11 second chance points for Golden State. 21 and 25 bench points in the assists for Minnesota Timberwolves. It was 15 defensive rebounds for the Golden State Warriors. 26 defensive rebounds for Minnesota Timberwolves. And then it was 5 steals for the Warriors with 4 blocks for Minnesota. 5 and 3 turnovers by a team foul was the Golden State Warriors. 6 dunks for Minnesota with 24 biggest lead, and 16-33 was their time possession. Alright, and I'll take things over here for the 3-star players of the game. The 3rd star starts things off here as we get a great one to take. Bigger drive to have out when he started as I get it over to Jimmy Butler. He made that one with the finishing of his season with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. He only made 4 out of 8 field goals with 1 3-pointer, and then it was 17 performance that he made his finish. It's been his night, but for that, we'll see him next season. And for the 2nd-star player of the game, this one goes to Stephen Curry. He made 21 points in this game, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 out of 16 field goals, 2 3-pointers were made out of 6, and then it was 27 performance effort. He done everything with the point guard positions. Didn't really think he was able to get the job there done. And the 1st-star player of the game, the New Balance player of the game, we all give it to Minnesota Timberwolves, had done the best with passion, Anthony Edwards. He calls it the naming by the Ant-Man, who really made that 26 points, 3 rebounds, 11 out of 19 field goals, 2 3-pointers out of 4, 33 performance effort, and only 1 dunk. I gotta say for Anthony Edwards, he has been rocking it for now, and now he's looking forward to see what the conference finals will be to play against the winning team. Well, folks, that's going to do here for our doubleheaders of the game. Stay tuned. By the next day, we will have is the Knicks battling against the Celtics at Madison Square Garden. That coverage will start at 8 p.m. for the next part of the game. You don't want to miss that one out with Game 4 of the Celtics against the Knicks. It's pretty intense in a way, but we'll see how they do. And then for the next day, we'll see the Golden State as they got beaten out, as we have the Mile High team of the Denver Nuggets facing against the OKC Thunders. That next game will start at 8:30 p.m. for only 1 game. And then, later that one, will be the Pacers against the Cavaliers with one last game in Game 4. If necessary, we'll see them, all of them, in Game 5. In the meantime, we are wrapping things up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again for our next one. See ya, folks, for as well as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is me, Phone 11, and Ballpoint Pen, signing out. Have a wonderful evening in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
If you don't, somebody will.